In this video, we're going to take a little bit deeper look into audience segments. So I am on the home page of your Google Analytics, and the first thing I'm going to take a look at is geography. You're going to click on geography. I've already expanded it, and there'll be a couple drop downs here. You can choose from language and location. I always find language interesting to take a look at because you'll learn a lot about the browser settings when you click on this. There's many stores that maybe want to focus on a small pocket of their PMA that is Korean speaking or Hispanic speaking or something like that, and this will really tell you if it's worth the money, the investment to be on maybe a Hispanic channel or do Hispanic paid search or something like that based on the interest or again the browser settings of your customers. Again, this doesn't indicate that 100% or in this case 97% of the viewers speak only English, just that maybe a Hispanic speaking person browses the internet with a Chrome browser or a Firefox browser or something like that with English settings. Okay, so again, it kind of gives you a little bit of information. In most of our cases, obviously we'll see English very, very high. There's a couple other Englishes in here, generic, Great Britain. You got a couple, Hispanic, Korean is noted here. And you can click on these to get a little bit more detail if you want. But gives you an insight on your customers. There's other numbers obviously you can tie to them, see bounce rates. Maybe bounce rates are a little bit higher for Korean speaking because we don't have Korean speaking content on our site, hypothetically, as it would be maybe in English. We can also look at location. This, if you scroll down, will show you where your traffic is coming by country. And maybe a later session, a later video will show you how to remove some of these countries from your analytics if you feel like they don't belong, which in most cases they don't for an auto dealer. If you want to dive in deeper, which I'm sure you do, you can click on the country like the United States and see it broken out by state. And again, if you wanted to drill deeper into the state, you can just click on a state like Alabama, and you can see the pockets of where your traffic is coming from. Birmingham, Auburn. And again, see the engagement numbers of sessions and users and bounce rates and pages per session and things like that we went over in previous videos based on city as well. Again, this is all based on IP and browser information. The other one I want to take a look at is behavior information. So let's look at new versus returning visitor. This will take all your traffic, and in this case right now I have it set for just the month of January 2016, and it segments it down by the visitor that visits once versus the visitor that has been there prior to the month. And so you can see bounce rates maybe is a little bit lower. The engagement pages per session and time on site is a little bit higher. Some of the goals we'll go over later might change as well. And so those are things to watch as well. We want our customers to come back. Frequency and recency will show that as well. So this looks at how many sessions people have and how many pages they've looked at. So, you've got 349, for example, people that looked at had six different sessions over the course of the month. Once you start seeing these numbers get really, really high, that's typically due to agencies and IP addresses coming from the dealership and, your salespeople and finance folks getting on there and looking at the vehicles and showing the customers, and that's why you'll see really large numbers here. But in many cases, let's look at engagement. You'll see time on site increase dramatically, when you have more sessions. You can see this broken down. So about 8,000 of the 25,000 visits were less than 10 seconds. Keep in mind, when someone visits a page once and it's a bounce rate, that counts as a 0. So all those page visits are going to show as a 0 seconds. And so that's why there's a lot of 8,000 some there. So those are just interesting to know. Again, in some cases, you can match location back to your sales history and making sure that you're driving the right traffics in the right areas and cities and adjusting your digital spend based on those things. Let me know if you have any questions, and that will end this video.